Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. We're so glad that you're here, and if you're new here, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to repot these boxwoods that have clearly outgrown their containers down here. And you know what? One of the things that I love about these is the structure that they bring to the garden. And when I originally planted these, I planted them, they didn't have any shape yet, but I underplanted them with some beautiful annuals. And since then, they've really become established and they've taken their shape rather nicely. There's still a few areas that need to grow in or fill in still, but since they have grown so big, I'm not going to be able to plant annuals underneath because the pot is relatively small. So it'll be better for the plant, and it will allow me to underplant with some spring annuals that will really create that nice finishing touch in the garden. And I think by doing this, it's going to create a healthier plant, and then it will also create a bigger impact in the yard because the pot is a lot more substantial. So these pots that you see here, I'm spray painting them brown. They came in a nice terracotta color, which is fine, but we have some pots in our yard that are gray or they're dark brown. So to make sure that everything matches, I just came along with some multi-purpose, multi-surface, I should say, spray paint in that dark glazed brown look. It's got like a gloss, and when you spray paint pots like this that are plastic, it helps them to last longer, and it also gives them a glazed look. So it actually looks like you have a terracotta pot that has been glazed, which is really nice. Speaking of terracotta, I found some of these terracotta risers right here. 3 little feet that you place the pot on that helps raise it up off the ground, which allows for better drainage, and then of course for me to put that drip line through the bottom in the middle, and it will help it not pop out, and then will also look a lot better in the garden because you won't notice the drip line as much. I can't tell you how many times, because this plant right here, the drip irrigation line is just coming over the side, and I can just easily pop it out when it gets moved. I mean, that's really easy. Sometimes we have to move these because we're, preparing to do extensive yard work, or maybe we're having a get-together back in the backyard and they have to be moved, and that irrigation line gets popped out. So this will be better. It'll keep it in place because we don't have to move them very much, just a few inches here and there, but it will not pop out when it's going through the bottom. So that's going to be a definite plus. So anyways, giving it that structure and then allowing for more room for underplanting of annuals, which is the finishing touch, will be, I think, exactly the look that this yard needs, especially since I haven't been able to do that in a couple of years since they've gotten so big. So as you can tell, I have these beautiful annuals before me. Some of them are going to be used today, and some of these I'm going to create future videos with that I'm sure you're going to enjoy seeing. So anyways, we're so glad that you're here. We hope you enjoy the process. I'll show you the whole thing and how I did it, and I'll talk about the annuals that I planted at the very end. So let's get to planting. Let's get to creating a big upgrade in the backyard. All right, guys, here we go. So what I'm doing here is I'm drilling my drainage holes. There's 2 spots in here that can be knocked out for drainage because they are plastic containers. But I do like to drill them so I can get them nice and clean. So I'm going to drill those first. Then I'm going to take one and I'm going to drill right here and then directly across. And these, the holes that these come with that punch out, they're quite large. And then the ones, because of my drill bit, they're actually the perfect size for the drip tube to go up and in through. So I am going to definitely make use of some of these extra holes. As you can tell here on the bottom, the 3 drip holes that I punch through are smaller, and the ones that originally came with the pot that needed to be punched through are larger towards the center. But this will give me plenty of drainage, and it'll also give me 3 options to run that drip line through. And that's pretty simple. Just take the drip line, run it through the bottom. Once they're on their feet, then I'm going to run the drip line, the existing drip line, through that hole on the bottom. This will connect to the main line, and then the other side will rise up through the center, and then it'll stay in place. It'll never pop out because of the dirt and also the plant, the weight of the plant. So I think this is a great option, and it keeps it tidy. So let's get this one planted up. Okay, we are finally finished, and I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot more work than I thought. These things are heavy, and they had a difficult time coming out of their pots, but I got it, and they're planted up beautifully in their new homes. And this is the look that I was going for sure. The structure of the evergreen boxwood with the underplanting of the brand new Super Bells. So you can see behind me, they look great. They're in their new spots. They're up on their risers. I ran the drip irrigation through the bottom. Anyways, what I did was I took some of that moisture control potting soil from Miracle-Gro that I've been using a lot of, and I put a little bit on the bottom. And I came in with some plant tone to make sure that this gets the nutrients that it needs. And I mixed that up into the soil. And then I put some of that moisture control around it. After I put the moisture control potting soil around the root ball, then I came with some of the slow release fertilizer from Proven Winners for the annuals. So let's talk about the annuals that I planted. First of all, this is the Double Twilight. Beautiful annual. Did wonderfully for us last year. One of my top picks for sure. That hanging basket is still looking amazing. And so I ordered 2 more of these this year to put in 2 different spots. And I think this is the perfect application. And it's nice because we have the contrast with the Double Twilight, which is the beautiful lavender with the dark veined throats, and the brand new for 2023 Double Yellow. I'm so excited about that. Yellow has always been a favorite in our garden, and so the fact that they have a Double Yellow now, it's going to be great. And I think paired up with this, it gives it that nice contrast, especially since they are both double blooms. I cannot wait to see what this does when it takes over and spills over the side. But anyways, that is the project for today. It was a big one. It took me longer than I thought, but you know what? It's great because now it's done and I can sit back and enjoy the beautiful annuals all season long. And the Boxwoods are going to be happy in their new spot. And I'm really looking forward to enjoying these as they progress through the season. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye everybody.